Mr. President, I represent a state that Donald Trump won in November, and one of the reasons he did was his promise on the campaign trail that he would lower costs for Nevada families. He said this, and I quote, "On day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again." And he said, and I'm going to quote again, "When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one." Well, it's now been 74 days since he's sworn in, and it's clear that he actually didn't mean any of that. He betrayed the American people, and he lied to Nevada families. Instead of lowering costs, he's done the opposite and imposed policies that have actually raised the costs. 2 days ago, President Trump proclaimed April 2nd as Liberation Day, the day the administration announced the most sweeping tariff hike in almost a century. And just in the last 48 hours, this is what has happened. The stock market had its single worst day since 2020, at the start of the pandemic, and it's on track to match or exceed that loss today. Car companies have already had to lay off hundreds of workers at their U.S. plants, and nearly half of the 60 countries that were targeted by President Trump have already announced retaliatory tariffs, which will only raise prices further and hurt American small businesses, Nevada's small businesses. And all this is before many of these tariffs actually go into effect at midnight tonight. Most importantly, these tariffs, well, they're reckless, and they'll decimate businesses around the country, and like I said, including in my great state of Nevada. I've already heard from Nevadans and Nevada business owners who are worried about how these new tariffs will impact their businesses, their livelihoods, their families, including the founder of a small business in Reno. Wrote to me, and I'm going to quote the letter. This is what he said. "We maintain a small production facility in Reno. These duties will force us to raise retail prices by 37%, and we don't believe our customers will accept that. This policy could wipe us out entirely." End quote. They then go on to say, and I'm going to quote again, "I'm not asking for a favor. I'm asking for leadership that reflects the urgency of the reality that we face. These tariffs do not bring jobs back. They raise prices, they punish small businesses, and put livelihoods at risk while making it harder for companies, well, like mine, to do what we've done for 13 years, create jobs, innovate, and support our families." End quote. It's not just our small businesses in Nevada that will be hit the hardest. Our families are already being squeezed by the high costs. They're going to see prices go up even further. And let's be clear, these tariffs, Trump's tariffs, they're a national sales tax. From your medication to gas to the groceries you buy, Republican tariffs will increase the cost for goods for hardworking families across this country, things we rely on every single day. Tariffs are also going to increase what you pay at the fuel pump. They're going to increase the price of construction materials, making housing even more expensive. Through his national sales tax, Trump is passing along higher costs to everyone, no matter where you live. Passing them on to everyone. That's what Trump's sales tax are doing. That's what Trump's tariffs are doing. In fact, a nonpartisan policy research center recently found that these new taxes, well, they're going to cost the average family nearly $4,000 a year. $4,000 a year. All while increasing home prices by roughly $20,000 and car prices by $3,000. Where will it end? It makes absolutely no sense. It's just plain cruel to hurt families by raising costs when their budgets are already squeezed. And this also hurts Nevada's local economy. Because when people start tightening their wallets, because prices are higher everywhere they go, we start to see a decline in tourism, the very backbone of Nevada's economy. And we're already seeing the impacts. Domestic travel into Harry Reid International Airport is already down last month, which means fewer hotel rooms booked and fewer tourists visiting the entertainment capital of the world. International travel down in the United States is also down, which is driving our visitor numbers down again, hurting our economy more and more every day. In fact, in the wake of Trump's tariffs on Canada that went into effect last month, bookings for flights from Canada into the United States, they are already down by 70% compared to this time last year. And here's the most troubling part. A recent report estimates that up to 14,000 hospitality jobs could be at risk due to decreased international travel as a direct result of Trump's tariffs. When President Trump was confronted by the rising costs, about the rising costs due to these tariffs, well, what did he say? Well, he said this, I'm going to quote again. President Trump said, "I couldn't care less," end quote. I couldn't care less. That's actually what he said to all of us, to all of you. And that should tell you everything you need to know about where his priorities lie. Donald Trump isn't focused on the American people, on all of us. He's focused only on making himself and his billionaire friends even richer. While everyday families are paying the price, the wealthiest individuals and corporations are going to get more tax cuts, better tax cuts, leaving working families to shoulder the financial burden of his reckless decisions, and they'll feel it every month at the kitchen table when they go to pay their bills, every week when they go to the grocery store, every week when they go to the gas pump, when they try to buy a new home or even repair the one that they have now. This isn't the direction we should be heading. As Democrats, we believe in a fairer economy, one where working families are not left behind. We believe in policies that create good-paying jobs, reduce costs for families, and hold corporations accountable for their actions. We believe in an economy that rewards hard work and makes it easier for the middle class to thrive. We owe it to our constituents, like the Nevada small business owner who wrote to me worried about how Trump's tariffs will hurt him. And that's why we're all here, because we have a responsibility to our constituents, to our family, to our friends, to our neighbors, to our communities, to support policies, well, that benefit them, and to stand up to policies that do not, policies that hurt them, like Trump's reckless tariffs, Trump's national sales tax. So it's time to put the needs of the American people first. It's time to deliver real relief to our workers, to our families, to our businesses that have been struggling for far too long. So I urge my colleagues across the aisle to stand up against Trump's reckless tariffs, to stop this extreme Republican budget, which will increase costs on all Americans, on all families, on everyone, no matter what zip code or state you live in. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield.